By the way, I do read the comments, so that are in the chat. So, hey, everybody. Okay. By the way, this is YouTube chat. Our Facebook chat is horribly undermanned, so there's not a lot of people that watch on Facebook. In fact, I should probably be streaming to Facebook right now, and I completely forgot. But that's okay. We'll do that right now. I'm trying to get to 10,000 followers. You can see why I'm not quite there yet. But okay. So now let's get started. First story. All right. So yesterday was the much anticipated Michael Cohen hearings. And Fox News, of course, got around to covering it eventually. And it went about as well as you would expect. Now, Juan Williams, and this is on the set of The Five, had a little bit of a blow up with Greg Gutfeld during this discussion. Let's take a look.
Made payments
going
back to 2007,
right,
where he would pay things to go away.
Right, but that's not a payment because it was an embarrassment, right? He's saying that it was a personal thing. He was trying to make sure and protect her from that story, which means that it's not a pattern. And if I were them, I would say then that's actually better for Trump.
How's that not a pattern if he's doing it consistently?
Because he's not doing it just for the campaign.
Oh, but he was doing it at the time while running as president. But here's the thing.
What about Morgan? Morgan has not spoken.
Gosh, you guys ever going to let me finish?
Okay.
No, because you're always finishing. There's somebody sitting there who hasn't said a damn word.
You are so deep in the bunker, and you.
Oh, shut up, Juan. I'm in nobody's bunker. I'm in. It's not enough with your bunker. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be polite to somebody on the panel, Juan, which you won't do. Which you won't do. Then let her speak.
So I think the question here today.
Oh, he really did not want Juan Williams to finish that point. And I love their deflection. Oh, no, the Stormy Daniels payment. Oh, no, it was before the election, but it was just to settle something personal. And it had absolutely nothing to do with the campaign. Zero. Believe me, it was a personal thing. He didn't want to be embarrassed. Are you kidding me? No. Okay. You're trying to tell me that Donald Trump would be embarrassed at sleeping with a porn star. Are you kidding me right now? I can't believe we live in a world where there is a president who has slept with porn stars, right? And somehow we hate him because he's such a heinous person, right? I couldn't imagine. But here we are, we're sitting here, and this is what's happening, right? But anyway, so I love the excuses, right? But then it gets more into, of course, what's going on with, for example, Russia collusion. Now, they talk about that a lot later on in the segment. Now, Jesse Waters, of course, which it's amazing that he's even on the show, replacing Bob Beckel. Bob Beckel, of course, I think he was fired or something like that for disagreeing too much. So you kind of got to toe the line. But they got to have somebody in order to argue with. So that's Juan Williams. And again, surprisingly, Juan Williams has actually been kind of strong on a lot of things, even if I don't 100% agree with him on some of the stuff that he says, for example, on the Russia thing, right? Now, on that, did Cohen give any evidence of collusion? Well, yes and no, right? So let me explain. Now, during the hearing, Cohen said that he had no direct evidence that Trump or his campaign colluded with Russia, right? Okay. Now, he also testified that Trump did know in advance about the release of some of those stolen emails, meaning that there's a possibility that they had some contact through Roger Stone with WikiLeaks. Now, I don't know if that was necessarily the case. WikiLeaks is saying absolutely not. That's a conspiracy theory. I don't necessarily agree with that because, look, I like WikiLeaks when it comes to transparency. I think they're a journalistic organization, and I think a lot of the work that they've done is actually very beneficial to a lot of people in the United States, right? So now, okay, so Assange hates Hillary Clinton. We know that as well. So do I think that Assange, who created WikiLeaks, is like, I really don't like Hillary Clinton. I really don't want her to win. I don't care who else wins. I just don't want her to win. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Am I coming up with conspiracy theories? I don't think so. I'm speculating, right? Because I don't know. But what I do know is the guy's been cooped up in that embassy for years because of Obama and Hillary Clinton. And it all has to do with, of course, some of those leaks, the first leaks from WikiLeaks, which pissed off the Democratic establishment. But I think, again, it was really important for transparency, right? Now, after that, of course, Hillary Clinton threatened to drone strike the guy. And so, look, if he wanted to hurt Hillary Clinton, which I think he does, those emails would be the way to do it, right? Now, that said, I'm not like the Democrats who believe the Russians and the emails sunk her campaign. No, I think she pretty much sunk her campaign by herself. And so those emails, really what they did, and I've said this during the whole campaign, they showed us what we already suspected about Hillary Clinton. That said, would she have been better than Trump? I actually do agree that she would have been. And so you can disagree with me on that. I'm not sure who out there is still saying that, oh no, Trump's way better than Hillary Clinton would have been. At this point, I'll disagree with you, right? So on that, I kind of disagree a little bit with Juan Williams. That said, I'm not like the Republicans either, who think that the Russians had absolutely nothing to do with the elections. Did they do a disinformation campaign? Absolutely. Now, was it some sort of amazing, campaign that swung so many people? No, I don't think so. There were, millions spent by the Clinton campaign compared to the few 100,000 spent by the Russians. But anyway, more importantly, I think Trump after the election might have been doing what you would consider collusion with Vladimir Putin. Now, why do I say that? Well, he went into meetings with Putin alone, doing some of the things that undermine the United Nations, refusing to enforce sanctions on Russian billionaires that he might have laundered money for, so maybe you should look into that. I mean, look, if anything, Donald Trump wanted to keep making and borrowing money from Russian billionaires. Don Jr. himself said, yeah, we pretty much get financed by the Russians. And to do that, you can't be on Putin's bad side, right? So I think, to me, that's the extent of the collusion, right? So this is why I stress looking at Trump's finances. You look at his tax records, right? And why I'm actually really concerned that the Mueller report is going to be underwhelming because it's too limited in scope. I'm not sure 100%. So that's just my read of that. And again, a lot of this is speculation, and we'll see what happens when the final Mueller report comes out. That said, Juan Williams discusses that, and it really leads to this confrontation that they're having, that they're going to have in this video. Watch.
Through Russia.
That's pretty ridiculous. But again, you are so blind because you, like Greg, are deep in the bunker.
You know, if you say that again, I'm going to throw you off the set.
Oh no! Oh,
no, because you know what the bunker means. What you're intimating is that who is in the bunker? Adolf Hitler, correct?
No, I wasn't.
No. That's what you're saying.
You are
that
so
is
far
your
off.
no.
But
when you say somebody is in the bunker,
such a weak position that you're now screaming.
One.
Who's in the bunker? Hitler. Checkmate, libs. In the bunker, right? Ain't nobody bringing up Hitler except for Greg Gutfeld, right? Now, the reason that he did that is, of course, it's to derail the argument. It's a great way to do it. Which I said, Juan Williams is pointing out how the Republicans are basically ignoring everything related to Cohen. Everything that he actually said, right? Now, the Republicans, when you saw him, you saw what they did. They wanted to smear Cohen, right? They wanted to smear him as somebody who's a liar and who's untrustworthy, without acknowledging that he lied on behalf of Donald Trump the whole time. Now, the hearing, of course, and the reason they did that is the hearing was a disaster because there is no defense to what Cohen had testified against Trump. So they are in the weak position. And that's why they went after him personally. Now, the thing is, saying, oh, Cohen is such a bad person, he's a liar, a snake, you can't believe anything he says. Yeah, we kind of already know that. But the thing is, and the thing that really made this more authentic and made it more prone to believing is that Michael Cohen is basically at a point where he has nothing left to lose. He's already lost everything. And he's not going to gain anything by defending Donald Trump and lying on his behalf. And he's really not going to gain anything doing this testimony. So Look, he's already going to to prison for crimes unrelated to Donald Trump. So what is Greg Gutfeld getting so angry about? Why is this snowflake melting all over the place so much that he's got to drop the H-bomb and start talking about Hitler? It's because he knows Juan Williams is right. And he knows that they got nothing. So I love how that entire panel is all focused on going after Juan Williams and not letting him speak. It must be so frustrating being on Fox News. But then again, I guess that's what being a liberal on Fox News is about. Being in hostile territory. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.